Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I have been wanting to do this for a really long time, but I'm really nervous. So last night in my life group, we all wrote encouragement cards to each other. So before I start talking, I'm gonna read some of those just because I'm really nervous and probably being really awkward, so. It has been amazing to see you grow in your faith and as a person. I know God has big things planned for you. You're so insightful and full of wisdom. It's so encouraging just to know you. I cannot imagine life without you. You are so strong and independent, and I will always look up to you. I'm gonna cry. I know who this is from. God loves you, and you are more than what you think. I'll do one more. Never stop being the light in other people's life. I hope God grants you with what you need to overcome every battle you will face in the future. P.S. Looking forward to your first YouTube video. I feel like with God, I don't ever hear him verbally, but to the people that I surround myself with and the Bible and my devotionals and everything like that, that's when I feel like I truly feel God. So this is just really touching my heart. Stop, I'm not crying. You're crying. You're crying, not me. Okay, so it's really hard for me to be super authentic with a camera in my face. I'm just gonna shake it off and I'm going to try to tell you guys why I felt like God was leading me to start a YouTube channel. It all started when did it start? I don't really feel like doing this right now because I haven't ironed it out yet. I just need to speak from the heart. When I became a Christian, October of 2023, so like almost 2 years ago, I was so insecure. And I didn't know who I was at all. And I didn't like myself at all. And God saved me, and I gave my life to him, which was great, but I didn't really have any godly community around me. I had a couple of friends I went to church with, but that was pretty much it. So I turned to the internet to see women who were older than me and how they lived their lives. And that was my godly community for so long, and they helped me grow my faith. So a lot of the cards that I just read, they were talking about my wisdom and my knowledge, but I learned that only through like Allie Ghost and Ashley Hetherington and Madison Pruitt-Trout and Girls Gone Bible, George Janko, Cliff. I am just so grateful that they took a step of faith and they decided to post. And I just feel like I would be doing God a disservice by not following him and not listening to him when he says that I need to, because there were sign after sign after sign telling me to do this. And I am scared. And part of me doesn't want to. Part of me wants to be lazy and just let somebody else do it. But it got to the point where I was like not even volunteering to do it. I was voluntold. Like I feel like I don't say this lightly at all, but God told me to post this. I don't know who is out there watching, or I don't know if it's only for me to take a step of faith, but for some reason God wanted this video out there. I know that sounds conceited, but it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with him. I was reading Acts and Life Group, and it was talking about Saul and how Saul persecuted Christians. And I did that. And I was so mean in high school to Christians. And Saul killed Christians. And God stopped him on his way and said, "You're gonna follow me now." And Saul, he was blind. And I'm sure he felt awful, like he was blind. He didn't know any better, and neither did I. But God, he kept showing me Saul over and over again in my life group, in a Allie Yost podcast, where she was saying you don't need a bachelor's in ministry or seminary to be able to speak the good news, to be able to spread the good news. Like, you are capable, even if you don't know the ins and outs of the Bible. Like, God, people want to hear your story. And I hope 10 years down the line I can look back at this video and be like, oh, You had no idea what you're talking about. Would love I would love that, because that means I'm growing, and that means I'm putting myself out there, and it means I'm failing, but I'm learning, you know? It's so scary because you're opening yourself up to ridicule, but I don't care as long as like I'm growing with God. And then I saw the Glorify app. There was a quote it was just talking about obedience and how like your obedience and your faith can inspire others. Once I got to the Ali Yost video, I paused it and I looked at God and I said, like, are you trying to tell me something? Because it was Paul after Paul after Paul over and over in the span of like, in the span of 24 hours, it was just one after the other. So I looked and I was like, do you want me to like spread the good news? Like, because I already serve and I have a deep, deep passion of sharing what I've learned so that way they can understand it in a way that I understand it, because I grew up lukewarm Christian and I went to church and went in one ear and out the other, and I wish somebody would have shaken me at church and said, it's okay to not believe. It's okay to not know your faith yet. It's okay to question God. Like, I just grew up in a household that was very much don't question God. It made me not believe in him. So I love sharing my story because I feel like I can connect to people. Anyways, after I asked God, like, do you want me to do this? Because I've wanted to do YouTube for a really long time, and I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for those girls online. And I just couldn't get the thought out of my head. Like, I couldn't get it out of my head. There are two really big things after that happened. I am reading this book. It's called The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And a big part of it is talking about not dying with the music still inside of you, not looking back on your life with regrets, taking a step of faith. He's a preacher and I just connect with him so much. He's amazing. His name's John Maxwell. You guys should get this book. Once I was reading it, I said, I want to live my life like it's the last day of my life. You know, we've all heard that saying before, live your life like it's the last day of your life, like YOLO. This is not a dress rehearsal, this is the real thing. I kept saying that to myself and I didn't know why. Thinking about the YouTube thing, I was thinking about Ariana Grande and how she wasn't afraid to put herself out there. Even at a young age, she was on Broadway when she was 13. She didn't care how silly she looked because she knew she had something to share. I could have said anybody in my head, but for some reason Ariana Grande popped up. So one night, a couple days ago, I woke up in the middle of the night and I went to go get something to eat, came back, I was scrolling on Instagram and I see this video.
Someone has said that we should live each day as if it were the last day of our life. This is the last day, help me, help me. This is the last day, I only have 24 hours left.
When I saw that video, my heart sank. I felt like God was talking directly to me, and it's scary, honestly. When you meet face to face with God, it's terrifying. And that was all the proof I need. But he decided to double down, and I was reading my devotional. It's called Look Up Girl. It is this, if anything's ordained by God, this book is no, I've never read a better devotional than this. If you're a woman or a man, honestly, I send this to my guy friends all the time, get this book. Anyways, so I'm reading it, and I'll put a picture on Wednesday. I tell everybody like the Ariana Grande story. I tell them about I want to live my life like it's the last day of my life. Not that they're saying it's a coincidence. They're like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. The devotional, the next day, it's titled The Last Day. And if you want proof, here. And you could be like, still a coincidence. Let me read this, and I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can see it. Oh my gosh, someone's getting arrested. It says, but what if you were to live each day as if it were your last? Is nobody else freaking out about this? All my friends were like, okay, sign number 1, that's a coincidence. Sign number 2, yeah, that's a little weird. Sign number 3, okay, it's getting weird. Sign number 4, okay, maybe it is God. Sign number 5, set up the camera, girl. Set the camera up. If you don't, something isn't gonna be right. And if you don't do it, somebody else will. God's will is gonna be done one way or another. So if it's not gonna be me, it's gonna be somebody else. I digress. That's why I made the video. We were reading Acts in my life group, and then the Ali Yost video was such a blessing. He's incredible. I was actually just worshiping with her because she made a video. It was all about worship, and she was just being extremely encouraging. Like, it's great to be educated, and not a bad thing to be educated at all. Like, educate yourself. However, just because you might not be the best speaker, you might not be the most educated on the Bible, you might not be the prettiest or the whatever you think you need to be to make a video and spread the word. I was just dumbfounded because it's so true. I'm so new to my faith. I'm going to be learning just alongside of you guys. Like, God talks about childlike faith for a reason, because once you know everything, then you're your own God. And I don't ever want to get to the point where I'm like, well, actually, I know this. You're boasting in your own accomplishments, and you're not boasting in what God has done for you. God is working within me every single day. I would not be here if it wasn't for him. There have been moments in my life where I know I was touched by an angel. I don't know who I would be without God. I am so grateful for the moments where it didn't feel like God was near me, because man, I feel him closer now than I have ever felt him before, and knowing what life is like apart from him makes it so much more fruitful to be near him. And I just want you guys to give it a chance. If you don't believe in God, can you give him a chance, please? You might be afraid to look silly. You might be afraid to pray. You might have been hurt for a Christian and you were hurt by the church. Or maybe you have hate in your heart because people didn't treat you the way that you should have been treated. I'm sorry. That was wrong and you didn't deserve that. It has nothing to do with you and it has everything to do with him, but please don't blame God. Give him a chance. If you need logical proof, so did I. I did too, until there were so many coincidences that I couldn't deny him anymore. But in order for me to get to that point, I needed to actually give him a chance and pray. You're not going to see those coincidences unless you at least say to God, you know what, if you don't believe in God, not one bit, but you're curious, repeat after me. God, I don't believe in you. And frankly, I think that people who do are crazy. But if you are out there, if you are real, show yourself to me. Prove it to me. Give me a sign in a way that will help me understand. Whether that's through a book, whether that's through a person. Give me a sign, please. Please, I'm asking you. And you say, seek and you shall find. Draw near to him and he will draw near to you. I'm trying. Okay, well, I think that was a lot. I'm gonna pray now. So if everybody could fold their hands, bow their heads, and not repeat after me. God, thank you for the people who decided to watch this video and get to this point. I just pray that you bless them today, tomorrow, and always. I pray that you reveal yourself to them, whether that's through what they read or the people they interact with or in dreams. I just know that they might have built up hurt in their lives, and they might have disdain for you, Lord, because they feel like you could have stepped in cases where, you know, they had nobody to turn to. And I just pray that they know your character more. I pray you reveal yourself to them, because you are so great and you are sovereign over everything, and it will make sense one day. I just pray that in the future they will understand and that they draw near to you, Lord. Thank you so much for waking them up today. Thank you so much for them to be able to stumble across this video. I pray that it blesses them in some way, shape, or form. And I just want them to know that you love them. You love them more than anyone ever could. We love you so much and we thank you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Also, I'm gonna end with the prayer that my mom always said. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. It's nice to meet you guys. Hopefully I'll see you next time.